Okay, so listen, it's Live 105 Morning Mess. We got tickets to Rolling Loud to go see a few artists in L.A. That's coming up after 7 o'clock. We're talking about A$AP Rocky, Playboy Cardi, Peso Pluma. Listen, we were going to talk about this plane situation happening in the U.S., but it's Friday, and I want to have some fun this morning, and nothing excites me more than sitting back here, hitting all these buttons in the studio. Then I hear two of my friends of the show start arguing about the silliest ish ever. By the way, it's JD, Sienna, your guy Joey Boy, producer Jules. Now, Jules, you and JD off the air were arguing about...
Who's more white?
Who's more white?
Yeah, which is dumb. But
I dance around this delicately because me and Sienna are not white.
Yeah, we're not trying to offend anyone.
No.
So we're sitting back on this
But you
one.
two are white people that can argue about who's whiter.
Yes.
yeah,
Now, are you trying to claim you're whiter or he's whiter than you?
JD is 1,000% whiter than me.
No, this is
Yes.
where it all stemmed from.
You both went out last night, not together, separate events, and JD called you, you're so white, that's the whitest thing I've ever heard. But then you pointed out what he did last night. So this is what it is, 833
730.
6377. Again, me and Sienna have nothing to say about this.
Backseat.
I'm not even going to take a side.
Backseat.
I'm
Me
going to
either.
let the audience decide.
Yes.
Only white people call, as a matter of fact. This is their argument.
Yeah.
This is a year of cancel culture. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just going to punch buttons and take calls. Who is more whiter? Here it is. Producer Jules, you did what last night?
I went to a nursery and I played plant bingo.
That's as white as you can get. At a nursery,
Now,
playing white bingo.
Before? That sounds really bad. Were other ethnicities allowed in white bingo?
Allowed.
Well, the way he said it, white bingo.
Yes, they were
Yes.
very much allowed, and
Okay.
there were more of them than white.
Okay. You just happen to be white there.
I just so happen to be minority at plant bingo.
So literally you're playing bingo and the prize is plants.
Yeah, like really nice, expensive plants.
Are you kidding me, guys?
Plants are freaking expensive.
Again. What kind of music was being played?
Like subtle house.
Subtle house.
Again, no judgment. That's
And
that's
the-
very white what you just said.
The house was wearing a pink wig. Like you could tell she was like really into psychedelics or something like a couple years ago.
Listen, on the board. Pink, wigs, taking shrooms. You're playing bingo with subtle house for plants. Very white.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
you pointed out what JD did.
Yeah, go ahead, explain yourself.
I went to now eliminate the first word.
No.
QuiltCon. I was walking the dog and I saw that there was QuiltCon going on at the Phoenix Convention
Like
Center.
blankets, quilts.
Like blankets and quilts. Yeah, it's the most communal thing that you can do. Now, who shows up to QuiltCon is not my problem.
There's a
Okay?
certain demographic, I'm sure.
It was, if you're retired or if you just have some extra time, but sewing is a universal thing.
Right.
The creativity, the art, and all the
dancing around this.
patterns.
He's trying. This is exactly how the argument was going because
Yeah.
he was like, no, everyone uses a blanket. And I'm like, no.
It's not a blanket. It's a quilt.
It's a quilt.
I met a good friend, Leah, okay? And we had a conversation, and I have audio.
All right, here we go. Let's listen to Leah.
And how long does it take to make a blanket?
It's a
How long?
quilt.
A quilt, yes. Different.
Call it a blanket.
Okay.
Don't call it a blanket. That's very Caucasian right there.
You got yelled at for calling it a blanket.
We're gonna open up the phone lines. 833
730.
6377. Who's whiter, producer Jules or JD?
I think we already know the answer to that.
Morning Mess. Who's this from what city?
This is Zach.
It is my guy, White Boy Zach.
Yes, sir.
White
What
Boy,
up,
this is
brother?
my boy, White Boy Zach.
What's up, white boy Zach?
What's up, Zach?
Literally his nickname. This is one of my best friends. You listening to the show right now?
Yeah, what?
Well, perfect person to ask. Who's more whiter? Producer Jules, who went to bingo to win a plant, or JD, who went to QuiltCon?
I would have to say JD, but was there a hot woman that he went to go get at QuiltCon?
Ah.
Shoot, I mean, the pickings were available.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, he went by himself.
There was plenty of fruit on the tree, my brother.
Some dried up fruit.
Those fruits were hanging low.
He was probably trying to get on someone's life insurance policy.
Yeah, sounds like JD.
I'm just trying to get taken care of, man.
Sugar mamas are needed.
I don't blame you there in this economy. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I would say QuiltCon because last time we went to bingo, Joey, we got tore up.
Oh, that's right. We went to Bad Bingo.
See,
I forgot about that. See, I blacked out. I didn't remember that. We did go to Bad Bingo.
Do you remember what the prize was? Was it a plant?
No, it was money.
It was money?
It was
Oh.
money. Yeah, it was at Gila. We went to Vicuiva.
Yep.
Went to Viquiva. Me, White Boy Zach, we had a little crew. We got saucy. That was fun, Zach. We got to do that again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, JD, you're more whiter because...
Yeah.
You went to a nursery, though.
That's
like,
true.
how do you even find out about...
That is
I
true.
know.
Yeah, you didn't go to a
And it
casino.
wasn't even like the prize was just a plant. Like the bingo was plants itself too. Like she was like naming all of these crazy scientific like terms.
Ah, that's too much work.
It was a lot happening.
Were you on the board with QuiltCon?
Yeah, that's the whitest thing I've ever heard of.
And you're white, so you could say that.
Yeah, with all due respect.
With
all due respect, of
Zach
course.
is on the board. I appreciate that, brother. Listen, 833-6377. Me and Sienna are staying out of this argument because we are not racist. We love them all. We love all people. These are our friends on the show that had an argument off the air, Sienna.
Yeah, we're letting them go at it. We're staying out of it.
I hate to see white on white crime. I really
Right.
do. But who's more whiter? JD for going to QuiltCon to see old lady quilting, or producer Jules who went to bingo to win plants? Listen, we're taking your calls up next. Box of raisins, okay?
Oh, I want that.
The Morning Mess
I listen to you guys every morning. You guys crack me up. You guys are hella funny. Keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
on Live 101.5.
Talk about who's whiter, JD or producer Jules?
What a debate.
Yeah, me and Sienna are staying out of this, right, Sienna?
We're staying out of it.
Have to.
We'll say producer Jules, you went to
Plant bingo.
plant bingo last night.
Yep.
If you won bingo, you won a plant.
I won the grand prize. Grand plant.
You better say that.
prize.
All right. And JD, you went to
Kraken Quilt Con you can go to.
QuiltCon, where they had quilts. Okay. So we told you to give us a call. Again, me and Sienna are impartial. We're not getting involved with this.
Yeah.
These are white people. These are white people arguments. This is
Yeah.
what they do. Sienna, we're going to stay out of this.
We're letting our listeners get involved, not us.
833
730.
6377. Who do we have on the line again? What was her name?
Erica.
Erica.
Yes.
Erica. What are your thoughts? Who's more whiter, JD or Jules?
Okay, I don't know anyone of color who loves quilting. I know many people of all colors who love plants.
Facts.
So my vote is for QuiltCon.
QuiltCon is on the board as white. Now, again, Sienna, this is nor me nor you. Picking race on this. This is white on white crime. Two white people in studio pointing the finger at each other saying, who's whiter? Okay? Just want to say that.
Yeah, we have to clarify that it's
Yes.
not us saying this.
Might I note that I only know older white people who love quilting.
I said the same thing with all due respect to Jules, and she disagreed with me. Now, we will let you know if you're just tuning in the show what's going on. We got it here. We're going to talk about these airplanes and stuff. Like, you know what? I might be catching a flight soon. I don't want to talk about these planes going down. So I heard these two, my very good friends, both of them very Caucasian, by the way, but they were arguing who's more Caucasian, who's more whiter. Me and Sienna fell out of our seats laughing like we're talking about this. It's Friday. Let's make it fun. We will say, I don't know if you heard who did what. We will say, Jules, you went to,
I went to plant bingo.
and then JD, you went to.
Quilt Con, baby.
JD, according to her, you're more whiter.
Everything she said was so spot on with who was there. I didn't really know how to defend myself.
Old white women there.
I know, but like old white women go to bingo too, like
True.
crazy.
You are more in line with an older white person.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Yeah,
He's just a little smidget older than Jules.
Intrigued. That's why I went to Quilt Con. It is booming downtown. Everyone was there.
What was the average age?
67 years old.
What was the average ethnicity?
Very uncomfortably white.
Did you learn how to quilt or anything? Did you learn anything?
This was more of an exhibit and if I needed to pick up supplies.
Okay.
And they ran out of pins, which was very sad.
They ran out of pins.
They ran out of
It's like you're at a club. They run out of alcohol. Oh no!
I was like, do you guys have any more of these specific pins? They're like, oh, I'm so sorry we ran out. And I was like, oh, it's okay. And she goes, that's the nicest anyone's ever been to me today.
These pins are hot commodity.
Because they said Quilt Con on them. And I was like, oh, I'm kind of sad too.
I do have a question for JD. Is he now going to take up quilting?
No.
You're not.
No, I am just intrigued at the art.
Did you buy any?
The things that were on display there were anywhere from $600 to $1,000, so no.
What?
This was
Wow.
more of like, if you like quilting, you went to go get supplies.
Oh.
So rich, older white people is what you're saying.
I mean, you could put anything on a credit card.
That's the American spirit. But listen, isn't there more fun things to do in Phoenix besides QuiltCon? I'm not trying to put QuiltCon on blast. Bingo's fun.
Bingo was awesome.
Yeah?
I enjoyed every single second of it, and I want to just let everybody know that there were more people of color at Plant Bingo than there were white people.
Really? Yeah, I see it. All right, here's the drum. Ready? Everybody drum roll. All right, Jules, did you win a plant?
I won the grand prize.
Yeah!
plant.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
Yeah!
What was it? It was at a nursery, by the way.
Yes, it was downtown Phoenix. It was called at this place called the Jungle Box. It's like this.
Hello.
Yeah, right. But it's like all tropical plants. Not a single plant in that store is native to Arizona, is what they said. So it's very humid in there, and it's like a little rainforest. It's very cool. I have zero idea what the name of the plant is that I won, but it's very awesome, and it's huge, and it has like white on the leaves. I love it. But I won the blackout last round of bingo, so I got every single square.
Wow. Yeah,
crazy,
I
yeah.
think Jules had a better night than you.
Yeah, she got
I'm
more
pretty
out of
stoked.
it.
Yeah.
I've never heard of drunken quilting, but I've drunken bingo.
Right. So if they took some drinks to QuiltCon, then it might be fun.
Nope, just a lot of cranberry juice where I was.
I don't know. My bingo was BYOB.
Wow.
It was
Man.
great.
Well, that's a strong point for
Well, I think I get a point just for like being the better white.
being the better one.
Can you even say that?
I'm white. I can say that.
Well, you are whiter, though. So does JD get the point because he is whiter, according to her?
Whether it's a win or a loss, JD is definitely whiter.
There it is. We'll go with that. Thank you for the call, love.
All right.
Bye. You know what we should do? The most whitest person that I know, besides JD. JD, you definitely the most whitest person I know. I mean, you went to QuiltCon. Is my ex-wife. Amber, my ex-wife, she is so white.
You think she holds a candle to JD though?
You know what? She has a ratchet side of her, but you've heard her talk, and like literally daily, she will be roaming the aisles of Whole Foods or Trader Joe's just to laugh at life. You know, she does very Bath and Body Works things. You know what I mean?
Totally.
She is like every year Bath and Body Works sales, and she's like, oh my God. Did you see they have sea moss at Whole Foods on sale? Let's call her. She'll be the defining factor. Who breaks the tie? Who's whiter? JD or Jules? We won't say who did what. We'll just ask her the question.
I love it.
Okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
We're calling my very ex-wife, my very white ex-wife up next to break the tie. Who's whiter? Discussion because I work with some silly folks here. I work with Sienna. She's Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican, so we're staying out of this, okay?
Yes.
This is white people stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna let them pick her.
Producer Jules and JD having an argument who's whiter.
Yeah.
Very, very
Clearly,
silly.
Jules.
Clearly not.
Of what you were doing last night. We're going to call my ex-wife right now, Amber. She's very white. She talks like this.
The Valley Girl.
Totally. And so I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but call me because I would love to people to follow me at Miss Amber. She's going to be the defining factor. I'm not going to tell her who did what, okay?
Okay.
I'm just going to ask her the question, who's whiter, of what you guys did.
Yep.
Okay? Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, it's me.
Yeah?
Hey, quick question. We're trying to find out which person on the show is whiter than white. One of the people on our show went to QuiltCon, where every year people go make quilts and you go buy quilts, and it's a convention.
Quilt?
Yeah, like quilts, like a blanket.
Uh-huh.
Or one of the other people on the show that's also white went to go play bingo, and the winning prize was a plant. What? Yeah. So what's whiter, going to QuiltCon to walk around to buy quilts, or going to play bingo and winning a plant?
Well, the whiter part that I'm going to say, I mean, I would never do it. The quilt thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would never do that, but that sounds pretty white.
That sounds pretty white. And you being white, you would even say that's pretty white.
Yeah, I would never go to QuiltCon, or what did you say it was?
What epitomizes, what perfectly describes white people out of those two?
Well, I feel like all people do bingo, but I feel like older people do bingo. I've never heard of someone wanting to go to a place where they make quilts.
All right, that's all we needed. Okay, well, thank you so much. All right, everyone say bye to the ex-wife.
Bye.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay. We have found out that was the determining factor of who is whiter than white. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the very Caucasian, the king of Caucasians, JD. Yes. So,
Gosh.
JD,
Do I get to choose what I win for myself?
well, you don't win. You were arguing that you were calling her white.
Yeah.
So you lost.
Oh, I did lose.
What the hell?
Okay, but yes, he won like the most white, but does that make him like the better white of the two? Because like, you know what I mean? Like he might be the most white, but I feel like that makes him the worst white. Like
I don't want to say that.
You can say that, Joey, and I can't.
Can't say that.